Okay. Hallie, are we ready with the breakouts?
Yeah, there's going to be 10 rooms, 5 to a room. So within those, you choose the one person, and we're going to break out for about 7 minutes. All right.
Great. See you guys in 7.
My name is Ben Brunt. I'm a senior at Amy Beale High School this year.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and I'm a senior this year at Amy Beale.
Hi, my name is Emma Shea. I am a senior at Amy Beale this year. And you can hear my mom walking in the background. That's lovely.
About after one of the things I asked you to do was talk to your folks about the ACT or the SAT. So I just want you guys in the next 4 minutes to discuss with your classmates, are you going to take the test? And do you have questions about this process, or do you have any anxiety about testing during COVID? Okay. Ben, do you mind repeating what I just said we're going to talk about in the breakout rooms?
Basically, you want us to talk about whether or not we're going to take the SAT or the ACT right now and our worries regarding such. Oh, by the way, like last year, there was mentions of taking the ACT online. What's going on with that?
Yeah, that's a good point, Ben. I don't know why they pivoted. I don't know if they felt worried about test security. I'm curious as our numbers continue to go up and their website crashes and stuff. I'm curious if that's something they're going to revisit. So I'll just keep you posted as we go. Good question, Ben. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 4 minutes. See you in a little bit. And I want to know the person in each room that gets in the room and says, "What are we supposed to talk about again?" I want names.
Yeah, I signed up for the SAT. If I get a bad score, I just won't include it on any of the applications, but hoping I get a good one, but it's actually in 2 weeks, so...
I have not signed up or taken the ACT or the SAT. Any tests, really. Anything I should be doing, I haven't done. I feel kind of bad about that, but also, world circumstances? Can I get an excuse, anybody? Come on. So I'm just going to hope that it'll be fine if I just let it go. That's a good attitude to take these days, kids.
I have signed up multiple times. It's kind of infuriating at this point, I'm not going to lie. I signed up to take the SAT in August, and a week before I was about to show up, or I was supposed to show up, it got canceled. And then it got postponed. And then they sent me an email after registration was already over for the next SAT date that they will be refunding my $50 in about 6 weeks. So I got to sign up for a new date, and hopefully I'm going to take it in October. But so far I have spent a solid $100 on a test that I don't really need, and I don't even know if I'm going to take. So that's lovely.
I have signed up to take the SAT this year, and it's going to be quite interesting considering it's all in person, which is a ballsy move in this day.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Celeste, your favorite. I hope you're all doing well and you're all chilling, relaxing, except for you, Matt. Anyways, back to the interview. COVID. What do we think about COVID? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a fan. I really miss interacting with people and hanging out with people. Obviously, I genuinely miss going to school. I miss harassing all the staff. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I honestly do get, but I'm not, this is my opinion, but I get bothered when people don't want to wear their masks or you know, contribute to, you know, reducing the spread of COVID-19. I think it's really selfish in a way.
I suppose I'm the normal amount of worried about getting coronavirus right now. My dad still has to go to work in a physical store, but otherwise everyone I know works from home. So, I don't know, if it happens, it happens. At a certain point, there's only so much you can do. That feels like a really flippant attitude to take towards something that could kill me or the people I love, but I mean, what the hell are you gonna do these days? If I took everything 100% seriously, I would have a panic attack and collapse in about 10 minutes tops. So, I don't know, man. We're gonna figure it out, and everything will probably be fine.
I am worried about getting corona, although my concern primarily goes to my grandparents that I live with.
For me, the corona is more of an uncle in the closet. It might get you, but then again, it might not if you take the proper precautions.
Am I scared of getting sick? Yeah, I'm really scared. Corona brings like a whole new dynamic to living because it's like, you know, going out with friends. It could be like, yeah, I love these guys, but like, am I willing to die for them? You know? So it makes you think about lots of different things.
I don't think I will get COVID personally, mostly because I've been social distancing, I've been wearing my mask, I've been taking all the precautions. I actually did have to travel recently, and the guy behind me on the plane threw a fit, dog, threw an entire fit about how he didn't want to wear his mask properly. Like, it covered his mouth, just not his nose. And his philosophy was, you know what, you know, I'll just be breathing in the air through my nose, but like nothing else will be going out. Okay, weird flex, get off the plane.
Am I worried about getting corona? Me personally, no, because I'm young and invincible, as is everybody else. But I am concerned about my family because both of my parents are at risk because of their health issues, and my grandma is also at risk because she's older. So that does concern me, and I would feel completely terrible if I were the one to give them anything, just because I know that I would never be able to live with myself. But I'm not concerned, but I don't want to be sick, obviously.
Am I worried about getting the virus? I've been home like pretty much the whole time, so I haven't been in too many situations where I'm more at risk. But when I have been in public, I make sure to have a mask, socially distance myself, and wash my hands before and after to be safe. But even with those things, I'm still a little bit worried just because there's just like a lot of people that aren't being safe and aren't wearing their mask, and it's not that hard.
Okay, Angelo, tell me, what's it seem like? Are people taking the ACT or not?
I don't know, it's kind of like a 50-50 mix, because some people they're like, yeah, I'm definitely going to take it. And then there's other people that are, you know, more concerned about like actually having to go in person to actually take the test. So I feel like it's kind of a 50-50 mix, and I think a lot of people would like to have or would like to see an online option, because that seems to be everyone's best route right now.
Okay, I would like can somebody, and I will give a donut, or actually I should say I will eat a donut in front of you and tell you how it tastes. If whoever has the best visual schedule, does someone want to show off? You know something I used to do when I worked at Manzano, and everyone tells me how cruel it is and that something's wrong with me. But I used to bring like a box of donuts into my first period class. And then after that, I would go in the hall. And when kids were passing by, like even students I didn't know were passing by, I was just holding an empty box of donuts. And I'd say, "Do you want a donut?" And then they'd get all excited and open it up. And then there were no donuts in there. I don't know why I got such a kick out of that. It is kind of mean. All right. What can someone show off their visual schedule in their camera?
Visual schedule question. You should have seen how mad I was at Matt about this visual schedule. I did not let on how mad I was, but I was very mad.
So my schedule right now is looking like it's 2/3 work. That's what it is. So I'm actually really lucky. I get to spend most of my day in the Sims building with my mentor for senior project. I spend most of it, just on the computer, just like everyone else. But it's all work. If it's not Amy Beal, it's either C&M or it's student council or it's the dream team, and it's all right. But I feel like you need balance and everything, and currently things are not balanced.
Okay. My visual schedule as a 17-year-old senior in high school is written in my agenda. It's not on the same thing that Matt gave us, the template thingy, but it doesn't look like a lot, but I work 4 days a week, and then I have school every day, either up until about noon or until 1:30, and then I go to the gym 3 days a week, and then I have C&M homework and my senior project to do as well. So basically, all of that means I don't have very much free time, which is awesome. I love that because I am so tired.
What's my schedule like? I have a pretty good one, I would say. Very strict, very, I don't know, whatever other good verbs you can think of. I'm always never procrastinating, getting everything done on time, never staying up till midnight trying to get things done. Definitely been studying for SAT every day. Yeah, I would say it's pretty good. Not the best, but it's pretty good.
My visual schedule is the equivalent of an avalanche. A bunch of rapid, extreme motion all at once, and then a period of just nothing at all.
I don't really have a visual schedule. I just kind of write down what I have to do each day and then I do it, because of having a visual schedule means that I have to know about how much time it's going to take for me to finish an assignment, and I have a god-awful sense of time. So that's basically the hardest question you could ask me. It's harder than just doing the things when I have to do them. So I don't really have a visual schedule, but I'm doing fine. So I'm not actually that busy right now. Luckily. God. Knock on wood. Let's hope I didn't jinx myself.
My schedule is kind of ridiculous. I am taking 3 C&M classes as of right now, and still preparing for the SAT and trying to do my high school homework. So my entire life has been taken up by studying. I don't really do anything else. I'm just on my laptop all day. It has become a part of me, which I think is kind of sad. But that's where I am. So, from like 9 until about 7 every day, I do homework.
I can't see that. No donut for you, Joey. Not even color-coded. Who else? Someone else want to show?
I'll show mine.
Nick, that looks a little better. Who said they'll show theirs? Daniel?
I did.
Yeah, I think I set it up to where, okay, you can screen share if you want too.
Okay. This is just probably works better.
Cool? What do you have in there, Daniel?
Well, it has. I mean, like the red parts are school, like Amy Beal when I have classes, and then I have CNM and work time for homework and rough senior project time, and then a lot of it just is rough because it's kind of up in the air. So
no doubt. I was just gonna say that, and I got a lot of questions in regards to that, and just all I'm asking guys is to come up with a game plan, and that might change. But I really want you thinking about what are the times, especially if it's online at CNM, which it is going to be, and it's not like our classes. Does everyone understand that the online at CNM, it's not going to be where you meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 o'clock. And so you're going to have to be self-pacing, right? And so thinking about that, yeah, Daniel, that's hard to do. And then same thing with your senior project. I know there's a lot up in the air.
Dual credit is basically just people from high school being able to take college classes on a college schedule, just earlier than everyone else. I have a little bit of experience with that. And I'm taking a couple right now. All seniors do.
Dual credit is taking big boy college classes instead of smaller ABHS classes because college classes are cooler. ABHS pays for your college classes, which means that you can get extra credits on your transcript for freeze. For freeze?
Yeah, dual credit's a good opportunity, for sure. And in terms of how my C&M classes are going right now, it's going fine. It's actually, this specific class isn't too bad. I was kind of expecting it to be worse. Mostly it's just reading. So yeah, it's going all right.
I also started CNM. That was fun. Definitely an experience. I'd never taken a CNM class before, so that was like, oh wow, you know, that makes sense. Very different online. Was not expecting it to do, wow, I was not expecting to do my CNM class online. But you know, I feel pretty good about it. Like now it's like routine. Like I know what I'm doing.
My C&M classes have been going well for the most part. However, one of the teachers has been grading students in a non-conventional way that's leaving all the students with an F so far that's progressing forward towards a passing grade as the class goes on. It's weird.
So actually I've been taking CNM classes since my sophomore year. I will be graduating with an associate's in political science next May. I'm about 4 or 5 classes away from my associates, and I'm going to be doing that both during Christmas break and then finishing what I have left next spring. It's actually going very well. That's why I like college classes, because you can pick what you want to study. There's certain requirements of overarching topics, I suppose, that you have to study, like science and English and math, but within those you can pick whatever you want. So I've been taking a lot of philosophy, sociology, argumentative writing, critical thinking. I've been taking that kind of stuff, and it's actually really interesting to me. So I don't mind that my entire life has been taken over by homework.
Burke, why do you think I asked you guys to read this? As we're talking about, like, it's, and I put it under Power of Habit. Why do you think I asked you to read this?
Because we got to do work during senior year, but also like after senior year when we're like transitioning, doing like jobs and stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. You're 100% right, Burke. And I want you guys to think about that. Like after this, you it's great. You're the pilot. You get to do whatever you want. You get to pick your own classes in college. You get to pick your own career at some point, right? But you also, there's no magical third option of just like playing video games and watching Netflix all day. Because if there was, everyone would be doing that. I mean, I'm not stupid. I would be doing that too. So I think it's really important as we talk about habit and thinking about the habits you're building, to just have that attitude of it's a blessing to have work. It's a blessing to be able to work, and it's actually healthy for all of us. And I think about, sometimes I complain about working from home and having to like take care of my daughters while I'm working, and I'm a little fatigued from being this teaching online. But I'm also, if you look at the rest of the country, and you probably know people, hopefully not your parents, but have lost jobs. So I'm blessed to still be able to keep working, and so I think that attitude's important. Okay.
What am I thinking about for college? That's fun. I didn't actually figure out what I wanted to do with my life until last year. I want to study criminology and forensic sciences, so I've applied to UNM's criminology program, which I'm actually really excited about, and I can't remember the last time that I was this excited about school. So that's really fun. I want to get a degree in criminology and then take that and either transfer or get another degree in forensic sciences. That'll be out of state. I can't really do that here because I don't want to go to Eastern, but I'm actually really excited about it, and it feels really, really good to have a plan after this long of people asking me what I wanted to do and not knowing. So that's fun. That's really fun.
As of right now, and as of I don't know how long ago, I am planning on majoring in marine biology.
Currently, I'm interested in majoring in political science or sociology, and I don't know, maybe minoring in philosophy. It's weird to say because I don't think I'm smart enough for that at all, but I don't know, might be fun or whatever. So, who knows?
What are you looking at majoring or studying in college as of right now? I am planning on majoring in international relations or foreign affairs. I want to be an ambassador / diplomat type of person. I actually plan on going back to Europe after I graduate college. If you guys didn't know, I'm from Hungary, hence the accent. So that's my plan as of right now. I'm applying to a lot of colleges in the New York, DC area, just so I can study, but also get a head start on my political connections and getting actual experience in the field through internships and things like that. So I'm actually looking more at the location of my colleges than their actual programs of study and things like that. I'm definitely using CNM to get a head start. I know that none of my colleges will accept my 60 credits worth of dual credit, but that's okay. I can put it on my resume and college applications that I am an overachieving nerd who doesn't have a life outside of school.
Right now, I'm really looking at either a degree in political science, economics, or philosophy. And my short-term goal is, undergraduates and then law school, so I kind of just have to play with those. But we'll see where this year takes me.
To go along with that, though, I do have another thought. I don't know that what I want to do right now as a senior in high school at the age of 17 will be what I still want to do when I'm 45. That is so far down the road from my little, short lifespan so far. It's completely impossible to imagine where I'll be then. So, it is kind of ridiculous. However, I have a lot of... My mentor has told me that she changed her career 3 or 4 times, and she's only 26. So I have hope that for everybody who is able to jump around a little bit and may not know exactly what they want to do right now, that there's still a place to go with that.
If the organization you're with does not have anything for you to do remotely right now, then you can do Zooniverse until in-person stuff can start. Does that make sense to you guys? So, you know, my suggestion, your organization says, well, you know, the only stuff we have to do is in person, and you don't feel comfortable doing in-person stuff right now, then you say, can I just maintain contact with you until my parents will allow me to go do in-person stuff, and you ask that question.
Where I stand, the further away everyone else is from me, the better. I honestly prefer it. It's great to not have to deal with people on a regular basis.
Social distancing. Spicy opinion? Do it. It's not hard. 6 feet apart. Safety of your family and yourself and others should be the most important thing. Putting that aside, I think it's wonderful. Because like now I can stand really far away from most people and like not be seen as rude, which is amazing. It's so good.
Okay, well, I'm not entirely one direction or the other, just because I think it's a nice blanket of safety on top of what people should already be doing. Like respectfully wearing a mask, washing your hands, not getting super close and touchy with people who you don't know where they've been, which sounds, oh, that sounds so mean, but it's true. Like, here's what brings the other aspect of thought to my mind, is New York only, or was for a while, only requiring masks when the 6 foot distancing wasn't possible. So that gives me the thought that maybe this is all just super careful measures to take to make sure that we stop the spread, which makes sense. And I think that it's probably, you know, a safer route to keep the 6 foot distancing. But I don't think it's appropriate, really, if somebody's not completely breathing down your neck, to ask them to back up. I understand that people can't get too close and that can be uncomfortable, but you shouldn't be holding a couple of yardsticks out and making sure that, like, everybody is staying at exactly 6 feet, because the little bits don't matter. They really don't. One thing, though, that I want to add to that I feel is so weird. I have never been uncomfortable in public with people getting too close to me, but now that this whole idea of social distancing is being enforced, I get uncomfortable when people walk too close to me. And I don't know, it's probably a good thing, but is that going to continue throughout the rest of my life? Am I just going to be, like, in 10 years walking through a grocery store and somebody, like, scoots by me and that's so weird. I don't know if I'm the only one who's like that, but I don't like it. Although it's healthy right now, I don't want to keep that mindset. It's not. This ain't it.
I'm totally for social distancing right now because, one, any opportunity I get to get out of close physical contact with a stranger, I'm going to take. And two, it's safe. The science supports it. That's what we should all be doing. So please do it, at least to some level. Like, you don't have to be crazy about it, but also don't be stupid about it. Be that nice middle amount of just sane, rational person. That's all we need right now, you guys. Please. Please.
And most of them will probably say, yes, that's fine, right? I mean, they want you to come and work with them. That's why they took you on. Some organizations just aren't set up and don't have that capacity to do online remote stuff. So you'll just have to do Zooniverse, and then let's hope by October that we're sort of getting into a more normal sense of things. Things aren't ever, like, for a long time aren't going to be what we consider normal, right? Things aren't going to be like they were in February for a really long time, okay? So we have to figure out how to sort of navigate this, you know, not seeing lots of people thing for a while. But we can hope by October that we're able to go do some stuff on site with our organization. Okay. Is everyone good with that bit of information about the senior project guidelines? Now, yes, you can go do in-person stuff, but we're not requiring you to go do in-person stuff. Okay?
My senior project is working with the University of New Mexico's Museum of Southwestern Biology in the Division of Genomic Resources. We get to work with frozen tissue samples from dating way back when in the largest collection of mammalian tissues in the world. It's quite fun, in fact, especially running around with giant bottles of liquid nitrogen and pouring it out.
My senior project is actually at Kids Cook. It's a nonprofit. It's downtown. It's super cool. I love it. I love what I do over there. I mean, you know, right now we're just getting ready for like, you know, schools and like teaching kids, I guess. Oh, I didn't even tell you what I do. What it is. Pretty much Kids Cook, we teach kids nutrition and how to cook food and like a bunch of fun food stuff, and like get them to really like making food, I guess, and teach them about different cultures and like where these foods came from, all that fun stuff, like what's in certain foods and all that jazz. And it's really cool. I've like attended a few lessons, and they're so like the kids like enjoy it a lot, and I think it's really awesome.
I'm actually helping Jeff teach mock trial this year. If you guys don't know who Jeff is, Jeff Buckles, he is a federal defense attorney who's been doing law for, I want to say, almost 40 years at this point. He is a very nice, very funny gentleman, and he's teaching the mock trial program at Amy Beal. And I've been doing mock trial since freshman year. I was captain of varsity the past 2 years. Mock trial is actually the program that kind of got me started on my criminal justice political path. It piqued my interest, and that's why I got started in politics. So for my senior project, I wanted to do something to give back to the school, since Amy Beal has pretty much set me on the path that I'm currently on and that I plan on taking as a professional career as a politician.
So for my senior project, I chose to work with Jeff Buckles and the mock trial team. I was super excited last year because that class has been one of my favorite things at this school throughout my entire high school career. But I am working very, very much online. Since it's a G-Block elective class, that means that it's added more Zoom classes to my already super technology-oriented schedule, which is not my favorite thing, just because I have a really hard time with looking at screens for so long. It gives me migraines, it's messing up my eyes, and with school in the morning and then having to get back on and do those classes, it's really difficult for me. I've also had to have meetings outside of class. It's adding screen time to what I already have going, which it does suck. And I have been able to have a couple of meetings outside of Zoom in person. Whoa. I've been able to have a couple of meetings with Jeff and Emma Shea in person, which feels really nice because that's the social interaction that I was really used to with those people.
I'm doing my senior project with the Museum of Southwestern Biology. They get a ton of animal samples from all over and basically just catalog them into this big old facility. And right now I'm just doing remote work with the Department of Mammals, which is sorting through catalog scans of like mouse skulls and mouse bones, sometimes occasionally mouse hairs. It's not very exciting, I'll admit that, but it's fun enough right now. And occasionally, as you're sorting through the page scans, you hit one that's blood-stained, that's smeared in dried blood, which is really fun, I gotta say. That's about what's keeping me going right now, is the hope of finding a page smeared in blood. My life is in shambles.
Right. Let me try and explain this. Let's see if I can. So I worked with my Mentor 2.0 mentor. His name is Seth, and let's see if I can get this right first try. He is a educational research, numbers and communications analyst. Yeah, I think that's the official title. But basically APS and PED and other education boards or whatever, they'll send him contracts to do stuff. He'll do research, look at numbers, give a presentation, a report, tell a story about it, and done deal, right? Essentially, that's what I'm doing, but with my own research project. And so I'm really thankful I get to say, I get to kind of create my own research project and my own senior project. And so it's been really interesting so far.
What am I doing for my senior project? I am volunteering with PFLAG ABQ, and gotta say, it's pretty fun. I'm doing it remotely, and I was a little disappointed that we were going to have to do senior project remotely at first, but it's kind of alright. I mean, I feel like if you enjoy the work you're doing, it doesn't matter as much if it's in person or like online.
I think so. So that 7th floor, that whole floor, I'm on there. I don't have like a set office, but it's just that floor.
At the moment with my senior project, we are working on site. Of course, we are taking extreme precautions, and we are practically bathing in 70% ethanol, so we can kill everything, including ourselves.
If y'all want to flex, that's totally fine with me. Okay? All right. Because I don't need small egos. I love my students having big egos. Just make sure that there's substance behind it. Y'all should have big egos. All right. Go look at your sister or brother or whoever it is and call them, you're an asymptote. If they know math, it's one thing. If they don't, well, just look at how red their faces get. So, all right. So here's what we're going to do now. Okay, are you ready? Can I move on? Yes? Y'all, I have a cheeky and evil grin on that you can't see right now, but. Well, here's the thing. Joey, there's also the phrase, what the function is wrong with you? What the function is wrong with you? And y'all have already seen this, of course, in one of those worksheets, so infinite limits. So recall the basic graph. Joey, jerk is a calculus term. The third derivative of position is called a jerk. That's right. So you'll see t-shirts that look like this. You're a third derivative. You're a jerk. Yeah, you'll see t-shirts like that. You're a jerk. Anyways.
I don't even know how to put into words how I'm feeling about the election. I think I do, but it would take a long time.
The presidential election for this year is both very important and an absolute mess. That's my opinion of it. No matter who wins, we are going to be the ones who has to clean up after any mistakes that are made, and that's not something that I look forward to in the slightest.
The presidential election. I have some very passionate thoughts. First of all, I think that it's a lose-lose situation. However, that does not mean that you should not vote. Let's settle in for a second. I am not going to be old enough to vote by the time the election rolls around, which is kind of disappointing for me, but that just means that this is the opportunity that I get to advocate for other people to vote, which is going to be incredibly important this year. Not only because so much of the population didn't vote in our last election, but because of the issues with the virus this year. It is incredibly concerning, the amount of things that I can see going wrong, which is, it's not a good thing. First of all, there are a whole lot of issues with mail-in ballots because of the post office and who's controlling that right now. And there's a whole other level of concern with voting in person. So the people who are unable to go to the polls and vote in person have to mail in ballots, right? But if they can't mail in those ballots because the post office is all wonky, or if they don't get in on time because the post office is taking too long, or whatever the circumstance, that is a major issue of discrimination. Voter discrimination is not legal. So, it really concerns me. Like, truly, it does. And so I feel like it's very important to say that if you are able to vote, if you're able to mail in the ballots a little bit early, if you're able to go down to the polls and actually physically sit there and fill in the freaking bubbles and give it to the person so that it can go directly to be counted, that is going to be so important this year.
I've been doing my part of trying to turn this country into what I think it should be and achieving the potential that it has. What I have been doing lately is trying to get everybody to vote. So if you are going to be 18 by November, by the election date, you can register to vote right now. Even if you're only 17 at the moment, if you're going to be 18 by November, you can register to vote, and you can vote in the presidential election and the general election in New Mexico. I think it's around the same time. It's in late October, early November. And the general election is when you're electing your New Mexican politicians, your New Mexican House representatives and senators, the people who represent you within your actual state. So this year, it's not just a presidential election, it's also an overarching election of New Mexican politicians, which makes it even more important. So my point here is vote. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what political party you belong in, but you need to vote. If you are going to be 18 by November and you are a citizen of the United States of America, you can register to vote. Literally all you have to do is look up voter registration in New Mexico, and Google will give you the handy dandy link to the Secretary of State's website where you register to vote. You fill out your information, it takes less than 5 minutes, and you will get a confirmation in the mail from the city clerk that you are a registered voter of New Mexico.
What you need to do is vote. Just do it.
And here's a PSA for Matt Krause. Hi, Matt. You know, I know I'm your favorite. I know you're a fan. But I would just like to say me and my team are working extra hard to bring you down. And a PSA to the Amy Beal community. 2020 is the year we end Matt Krause. Also, I just want to say to all the staff that watch these videos that Paloma makes, I miss you all, like, a lot, and I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all safe. Yeah, I miss interacting with you guys, and, you know, bugging you guys. It's really sad that, like, you know, this year we can't really hang out with each other. But, you know, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all good and happy. And I hope you're all, like, all your doggies and stuff and all your babies are great. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I hope everybody who watches this video is doing well. And you're all healthy. And you're all staying safe. And you're happy. Boom, bam.